Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to The Last of Us Part 2, where we're now in the middle of a flashback. Probably an odd place for me to have stopped playing. Ellie and Joel seemed to have gone off patrol in search of music strings, only to find themselves trapped within this motel. Oh, there you are. Which probably should have been a place they would have patrolled through anyway, simply because it is filled with infected. Just bursting with infected. Like, there was a whole, huge fight where we were just being... Hi, big guy. Big guy. Ah. I was chomping down at the granola bar there, big guy. Ah, son of a... He's got good range. I was expecting him to be focusing more on Joel, I guess. Alright, I'll keep my distance. I'll try to take this fight a little bit more seriously than not at all. But apparently there are also... There are also ads? Ah. God. I'm being... God damn it. Yeah, you don't really get very much space to move in this hall. And it's just like the addition... Oh, hello. Was that a bullet? Is the game taking some leniency on me by throwing some supplies my way?
Stay away!
Where does that's where that's where that guy shows up from. Do I have enough to make something? Yes, I do. Does this guy want another? Son of a... Oh, okay. Thank you, Joel. That was a plot grab. Which is different from the regular grabs that kill you. Alright, I was wondering when one of those big guys was going to show up again.
We fucking did it.
Yeah. We did, but...
We sure did.
You good?
You know, than being really old, ain't nothing a solid night of sleep won't shake off.
I want to get out of here.
I like your plan. That's something I don't really remember, right? What causes these mutations? Like, what enables a runner to become a clicker versus a giant big guy. I'm guessing we have to go over this couch.
What are you doing? What if there's like 2 bloaters back there?
It'll be fine.
Then there will be 2 dead bloaters after I die 15
clear.
times and
Quite the fight back there, huh?
reload
How often is
checkpoints.
a bloater around these parts?
Yeah. Jesse and Dina are gonna lose their shit when they hear about this.
Let's deal with them two anyway. They're dating, right?
On and off. Why?
Ah,
I
okay.
hear the way Jesse talks about you.
No, Jesse and I are just friends.
No. I've got a pretty keen eye for these sort of things.
Not so keen with this one.
Let's see.
All right. So
Hold your breath.
this is giving us a little bit of setup towards the drama that used to be hanging around. Though there was that trailer cinema of the dance. Like, is that actually in the game, or is that like a weird, like, bit of meta story that doesn't actually show up inside the context of the game story itself? It's just something that's referred to, and you're like, well, you don't really need to see it to know what happened, but. And it exists in trailer form, but since you don't need to see it to know what happened, that they just aren't going to show you. And that's something, like, if that's what is the case when it comes to the dance where Dina and Ellie have their first kiss, like, that makes that kind of like the extra bits of side story that Ridley Scott filmed for Prometheus, and no, more specifically, Alien. What was the Covenant? Alien Covenant. Because
Think you
if
can squeeze through there.
I can, I am tiny. Even my backpack will be able to fit.
See what it is?
Yeah. Okay.
Ellie!
Thanks.
Yeah.
What does the J stand for?
I think it's them. The couple that ran away last year.
I think you're right.
Jackson is a wonderful place, but we got tired of hearing the stories of people suffering everywhere else. We wanted to save lives. We had good intentions. We didn't make it an hour before running into a horde. Now we're bitten. We've decided we're gonna end our lives instead of turning.
Well, that helped one
So
of
our
you.
family and friends that were
Not
sorry.
necessarily both.
With Adam and Sydney. I shot her. I can't take my own life. I'm a fucking coward.
Oh, yep. That's why the other one turned.
Jesus.
Only they were immune, right?
Well, let's
Yep, that's
go get Tommy and we can get these bodies back to Jackson.
After you took me out of the Firefly Hospital,
Oh, we're getting a little bit of confrontation in regards to this.
you said there were dozens of people like me.
Yeah? Yeah, that's what they told me.
I've never met another immune person before. Have you?
I could be hiding it. You do.
Do you believe that?
Believe that every single one of them is hiding it?
Is now really the time for this?
We traveled across the entire country to bring me to the Fireflies. I had so many questions for them. Why did you pull me out of there while I was still unconscious?
Why did the Fireflies decide to
Because I
hack
did
up your
the
brain?
tests. And when I saw that they were
Without
useless,
talking to
I
you?
got us out of there.
How do you know they were useless? Maybe if you just would have given them more time, they could have figured
Ellie.
something out.
There was no cure. There's nothing that could help these people or anybody else. I know you wish things were different. I wish things were different. But they ain't. And we need to get these kids back to their families. Is there something else you'd like to rehash?
Yes.
No.
First, July 18th,
Good.
10 years ago. You promised me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I did not acquire a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Second point to rehatch. Okay. Alright, so I was expecting that to be... Like, that entire flashback goes through quite a few twists and turns. You've got, like, Ellie learning to patrol. You've got the strings as almost kind of like a way for Joel and Ellie to bond. But then there's always kind of that question in the background that's pushing them aside. That question of what actually happened at the Firefly Hospital. Which, in theory, Ellie can go there anytime she wants.
Mm-hmm.
It would be dangerous, but she probably would be able to do it.
Why didn't you tell him? Wasn't the right time. There you go. What about this? Anything worthwhile?
You know, Dina, your mouth is probably dirtier
Actually,
than any rusty tool you can
Abby?
find.
No. This girl, Nora, her unit was assigned to this hospital. They were collecting supplies or something.
This hospital?
Yeah. What, you're gonna go now?
Yeah, we have a lead.
Like, at least just wait for Jessie to rest up.
She could be gone by then.
Ellie.
We know her location. Maybe Tommy does too.
That is true. In theory, Tommy's
What?
still out there because Jesse wouldn't have been the one to interrogate the previous...
Good.
Like, Jesse
Can you
wouldn't
open
have
the
been,
door,
like,
please?
torturing and interrogating folk. So still somewhere Tommy's out there. This Tommy's out there, the Scars are out there, Abby's out there. Everybody's kind of wandering back and forth around each other in this city.
Right.
Though I find myself
If I
wondering,
follow Route 5,
like,
that should take me to the hospital.
in regards to the narrative, like, does the writer or writers
Follow Route 5.
of the
Track down
story
Nora.
know
Get her to tell me where Abby is. Easy.
what these people are doing while they are not here? That is something I've come to find can be a little bit tricky in regards to writing, the writing process, is if you're having multiple characters, like you have your main character and you have your side characters doing something else, you need to figure out like what they're doing in the meantime, especially if they are trying to do the same thing you are doing, if they are somehow on the same path. Though I've heard people asking for, I've seen people asking for DLC for this game in which you follow Tommy's journey. I've also seen people asking for a reshoot of the game's ending, but I will see how that is when I get there. Though this won't be the first game I play where there are people who are unhappy with the end of the game. I myself was unhappy with the end of Mass Effect 3, for instance.
Gotta get through.
When I got to the end of Mass Effect 3, I thought I had done something wrong. Like, I hadn't even considered the idea that a writer would end a trilogy like that. Wow, I used up a lot of weaponry. Although that last section with Jesse and Ellie was pretty much a huge firefight. So, like, that whole section was just kind of meant for you to just blaze through your ammo. To just go through your supplies. Oh? What have we here? We have nothing? Actually, how much, I've got 3 medkits, so I don't have to worry about making more. I could make more Molotovs. Because I used all of them in the previous encounters. Especially with the, what are those things called? The things that spew acid? It's been like a hot minute. And by a hot minute, I mean, I think it's been a week since I've last played this game. Sometimes that's how it rolls. Sometimes, like, I just have a lengthy amount of busy days in a row and just cannot get back to it. But I suppose that's life. Oh, hello. Randy Styles? That sounds like a 1980s wrestler. Randall Styles. Once, he was Dr. Uckman's research partner, working late nights to develop all manner of technology for the betterment of mankind until one day he just vanished. Months later, reports surfaced of Styles showing up in numerous places all over the world. A brief appearance in Mexico, a short stint in Japan, a materialization in Australian outback. With each visitation, he helps people in need and vanishes again. Some speculate Styles obtained this ability through an accident with Dr. Uckman's experimental quantum teleporter, though he vehemently denies those claims. I don't know if I actually know how to pronounce that word. I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh, hello.
Good.
Just...
How many wolves are at that hospital?
Yeah, I'll need as many individual shotgun shells as it takes.
Okay, progress.
Yeah, I agree. Progress is way better than regress, as they always say. They being me. But yeah, like, with the Mass Effect 3 ending, like, I had thought I had done something wrong, that I had screwed up. And when I was at the end of the game, I would go online to look up, the endings themselves, and I'm like, oh, wait, all of the endings are bad. There is no good ending. And I believe the writer of the game, I forget his name, not Cory Barlog. Cory Barlog does the God of War games. I forget his name, but I believe the explanation that was given was they wanted a bittersweet ending for the storyline. Is there already a broken window into this building? No, there is not. You know, maybe let's do a little bit of scouting first. Before I smash a window open. You know, just in case. Yeah. I have a feeling the only way in is through smashed window. So let us... hello. Hello, how are you? Okay, not exactly what I wanted to do, but... Oh, hello. Woods, here's the list of deserters. Jisoo Huang, female, 5'4", Asian. Andre Dominguez, male, 5'7", Hispanic. Chris Marsh, male, 5'11", Caucasian. Adam Peters, male, 5'6", black. We know some of the supplies they stole contained weapons. Be careful. While it's preferable to capture them alive, do not risk your lives. Any sign of danger, you have my permission to take them out. If they wanted to leave, we could have worked something out, but desertion combined with stealing cannot be tolerated. We need to make an example here. May your survival be long. May your death be swift. Good luck. Come on, you apes. You want to live forever? Also, Isaac, he was the new head of the WLF after the original founders, the Pattersons, I think they were, died. And he essentially escalated the situation. Like, he seemed to be, like, one of the original... Like, the guy that pushed everybody towards violence. Based on my understanding of the storyline. Okay. Let's see what else we can find in this area. What other goodies, or is the only goodie that we find, is it knowledge? Is the only treasure the same treasure that they find at, in the end of, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? No, I suppose we did get some supplements. What can we upgrade with our supplements? Because right now I think I've been focusing on... faster stealth kills. Yes. And now that that is done, we can move towards this. Craft more arrows. All right. Produce more arrows with the same amount of resources. But that's going to be way down the tree, so I don't necessarily need to worry about that just now. Actually, now that I think about it, I should craft some more arrows. I didn't realize I'd collected all that duct tape and sharp objects to fill up my inventory so much. Like, I passed by the duct tape and I didn't even think about the fact that I could just craft arrows. Oh, hello. Excellent. We've got alcohol at the bar. Imagine that. Just a plethora of alcohol. And some soda, but... Oh. Oh, already full. So actually, in that case... You know, I really should start using stun bombs and or trap mines. Huh. Like, I haven't really used stun bombs much. Or at all, should I say, in this game. And I definitely have not used a single trap mine. So I definitely have to keep my mind open to the possibility of using said weapon. But now that I've crafted some arrows, I definitely have more arrows that I can use rather than bullets. What have we here? Is this the hospital? Conference center. It is not the hospital. Why, hello, sir. How are you doing? It seems the apocalypse is getting to you. You seem to have lost your head in all this. I'm just kidding.
Feel her love. The fuck?
Feel her love. Who are these people? Who are the Scars? It's interesting that we've gotten so much into this game without seeing heads nor tails. Can I could probably climb this. Anything over here, though? There is nothing. Oh, hello. What does this game expect me to do with this? Oh, yeah. Ah, that's what I need to do.
Damn it. There's some good stuff in there.
If only the windows were broken. Then I could reach my arm through the empty frame of the window and twist the lock on the other side. This kind of reminds me of a friend of mine a long time ago. A friend of mine still, but the event was a long time ago. We were talking about the original. Oh, nope, not ready for that yet. We were talking about the original Tomb Raider. There is a very specific level where you start off the level. What is this attached to? How do I... Can I shoot the glass? Don't worry, I remember what... Did that work? I remember the Tomb Raider story that I started telling, but did not quite tell. Okay, I think I just need to get it over on that side. I think. And then I can jump onto there. So anyway, you start off a specific level of the game, very close to the end of the level of the game. However, there's something keeping you
All right, what do we got?
from getting through that level, and that is a gate made of what looks like bamboo. There are... The spaces between the bars are not quite that narrow, but Lara, for some reason, cannot fit through them. The bars themselves are made of bamboo, or something similar to that, but Lara's guns are not good enough to shoot them. So the game makes you go through, like, a whole maze of a level, just so you could find the switch that opens up that gate. Simon, I hope you never read this note. I hope I can crumple it up, burn it when you return for us. It's been, I don't even know how many hours since you left. I went out to look for you and those hooded people spotted me. They shouted at me, called me a sinner, then started shooting. I ran back in and barricaded the door. All I can hear is the rain, but I'm worried they're still out there. Should I run? Should I stay? I feel completely paralyzed. I'm sorry I got so sick. I'm sorry I let you go to the hospital by yourself. I'm sorry I didn't stay hidden like you told me. If anything happens to me, I want you to know how much I love you. Please come back. I'm so scared. Paige. Yeah, multiple characters seem to be having problems with their health. Getting their health taken care of. Oh, hello. This is the real treasure. Is Shift, who already looks really cool. At first glance, Gail Price looks and acts like a typical teenager, mood swings and all. But those mood swings power her ability to increase the velocity of matter. When happy, she directs this power outwards, increasing the speed of her allies and throwing her enemies off balance. When sad, she directs the power inward, allowing her to outrun her enemies and make the rest of the world feel sluggish. Though powerful, she's an unpredictable ally and an easy target for the mind manipulation tricks of Motivator. That is an interesting idea for like a superhero, like a superhero, like a group of superheroes. The entire idea that superheroes whose powers are based on emotion. But yeah, like there's always these contrivances. There we go. Let's load this gun up a little bit more. We are not quite where we used to be. But we are better than we were before. But yeah, like a lot of level design tends to have its artifice, contrivance. Like, it's... Usually, game developers hide these issues better than that. They usually, like, make it a little bit more obvious why you cannot unlock door from just the front of it. Usually, you'd be like, okay, there's no way I can unlock this locked door by just... Like, you don't usually see the reality of it. And the reality breaks breaking the illusion that you are playing as these real people in a semi-realistic world. And then you have a door that has big gaps in it. But that's okay. Because we got past it, and everything is just fine. But, what is in here? At least when you hit Windows open, the game doesn't decide, oh, your melee weapon is also going to get worse. Like, your melee weapon still has just as many charges, per se, as it did from before you hit the glass. I don't know how good a bow and arrow is going to be in this kind of area, though. When you're exploring these narrow corridors... Ooh. I probably shouldn't be having a bow and arrow. Star sign. Once a humble museum curator, Zhang Li was poring over Han Dynasty's scrolls when he found himself transformed by the spirits of the great Chinese emperors. Now, depending on the hour of day, he takes on the elemental power for each sign from the Chinese zodiac. Terrakinesis, pyrokinesis, aquakinesis, barokinesis, and arborkinesis. He also takes on both the positive and negative personality traits of each sign, which can be an advantage or disadvantage depending on the situation. Best hope you can catch him at a good time of day. That is... So now you're essentially dealing with... you've got Shift, who is a character who was emotionally unstable, and then Zhang Li, whose powers prevented him from being unstable. The 30th anniversary, that was... So that means they got married in... Let's see, 2003 would be 10 years. 1993 would be 20 years, so 1983. So October 8th, 1983. So that would be 10, 8, 83. Yay! I can make basic deductions. And my reward was more bullets. All right. Oh. It was locked on that other side? And I just happened to take the alternate path in, rather than the main path? I'm okay with that. You know, I suppose if the power isn't working, then it doesn't really matter where you put the TV. But there are the runners who kind of are just sitting around, doing nothing.
The city's still filled with supplies.
That is also an interesting point. Like the city is still so dangerous that nobody has actually properly ransacked it. But then again, it seems as though the people in charge of the city were all terrible. Oh, is this a workbench? It is in fact a workbench. It has been a while since I've found one of these. Ah!
We're not going back, understand?
Fuck.
Ah!
Isaac can go to hell! We're not going back!
Oh, those are WLF deserters.
Coward!
Alright, alright. Anyway, before these people rudely showed up.
What the fuck, people?
Like, did I look like I was with the WLF? Like, even the people who deserted are jerks. Alright, what am I gonna do? Draw speed? That does sound useful. Stability. Add a rangefinder to automatically mark the distance of enemies on the reticle. Alright, sure, why not? Alright. No, nope, damn, nope. While aiming at an enemy, an additional... Oh, while aiming at an enemy. Okay. Let us heal ourselves. Alright. And I'm not going to make an additional med kit at this time. Never mind, I'm full on alcohol. I'm making an additional med kit at this time. I was gonna be all like, nope. I was gonna be all like, I'm not going to, simply because I was probably gonna find a med kit. But I am full up on supplies for that, so. Hey, Melissa, I'm leaving this here in case you decide to join us after all. We're moving on from the safe house at first light. I've stalled the others as long as I could, but Isaac has to be looking for us by now. The fate of the last group of deserters is still fresh in our minds. The plan is still to head south and see if those rumors are true. Maybe it's all bullshit, but I'll take hopeful bullshit over Isaac's fanaticism any day of the week. Remember who we were. The WLF took us in, but they're not our people. I really wish you had left the stadium with us. Hope you still do. Gee, so. Wasn't that one of,
Ugh. You thought I was a wolf?
Yep. Ooh. What have we here? Is this going to teach me how to make better bombs? A book on organic chemistry? Yep. Craft explosive arrows. All right. What does it take to make an explosive arrow? So it requires tape and explosives. Nope. And we got bullets. Yeah, and we got some more medicine. Ah, there we have. There's the med kits. I knew I should have held back. Should I leave it up there, or should I just use what I have? I'll use what I have first, and then take it. Because I'm probably not going to... Because I'm probably not going to come back here.
Be more careful.
I agree. But I didn't die, so there's that. Yeah, some more binding. That is a lot of coffee. That desk is ready to make all of the coffee. Also, I would imagine the positioning of that has got to be pretty... pretty terrible as a... If you're, like, working the desk and you've got 4 pots of coffee right next to you, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be, like, walking by you at some point or another, expecting to get coffee.
Let's see what they got in here.
Do they have laundry? They have a whole bunch of nothing. Just laundry. Okay, good times. Alright, which direction was I heading? This direction, I think. This area feels like it's a little bit of a bit of a change of pace. Like, they clearly wanted to slow things down after the chaos that was you and Jesse.
Shit.
But, like,
Get in there.
I think that's the thing with Last of Us. There's always, like, that area of the game where you're just kind of meandering from encounter to encounter.
Ugh.
Oh, there's a trash bin. And that I think kind of reflects one of the worser parts of Last of Us 1, is all of the puzzles are like, how do you are generally based on finding something which you can use to climb onto something else. Last of Us 1's puzzles were a lot of find the pallet that Ellie can use to get across the water. Find the ladder you can put on the side of the wall.
Damn it.
Is that... Oh, wait, I know.
Don't stay open.
No. Also, there we go. Let's switch to a different weapon so that Ellie doesn't constantly... Ah!
Oh, come on, come on, come on.
Ah! Okay, that was actually kind of fun because, like, it's like, oh, how do you figure out the puzzle? Make yourself feel a little bit smart. No dumpsters on ramp. The clue to solve the puzzle. Though I suppose, like, it builds up that whole mechanic earlier on. The whole mechanic where dumpsters slide down ramps. So you see a ramp, you see a dumpster, you see a gate you can't keep open. You know what you're supposed to do. Although I suppose that's also the thing with, that's also the artifice. I'll try to stop using that word. Especially since, like Inigo Montoya might say, I might not know the exact definition of it. Where, like, video games tend to be repeated sets of mechanics just dealt towards you in a variety of fashions. So instead of dealing with, like, moving a dumpster over to a wall, you have the dumpster you have to roll down the ramp. The things escalate to bigger and more challenging versions of themselves.
There's the hospital. Fuck. Thought I'd be closer.
Watch for the big red sign. All right. On that note, I think I'm going to stop here for the night. If you have any suggestions for someone to play next, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.